The day after Christmas, I was rushing off to go 350 miles away in the most terrible storm I've ever driven in.
Of course, our choices were, we could go to Casper or Salt Lake or Cheyenne. That's the only 3 radiation centers in our area, really. So Salt Lake's closer. I've been there a lot. We went down there, talked to the doctors, and decided we'd drive every day.
For many cancer patients living in and around Rock Springs, Wyoming, fighting the disease attacking their bodies isn't their only battle. Several hours from the care they require, these patients and their families risk the roads and endure the hardships of travel to seek the treatment they depend on for survival, treatment that often takes only minutes to receive. Joe and Tina Duran know all too well the challenges of receiving cancer treatment, as Joe has been battling prostate cancer for over 10 years.
Well, it's just been a hardship leaving our home and family, and the travel is just, it's 250 miles more or less just to get for treatment.
They just told me to go down to Salt Lake, and it's kind of hard to travel that far for radiation. And
there's a 15-minute appointment, and then the rest of the day you're just in a hotel room.
Like Joe, one of the biggest challenges Marlene Nomas has with fighting her life-threatening illness is proximity to treatment.
Well, we get up very early in the morning, and we'd get out of here. My appointment was like at 1:45, and we'd leave about 9:30.
And 5 days a week we drove every day. It was about a 6-hour round trip every day.
And I'd go in for my treatment. My treatment was only 2 to 3 minutes.
Fortunately for Marlene, her husband George, a retired fire chief, is able to dedicate much of his time to helping her receive the care she needs. Not all cancer patients have a spouse to help take care of them. When Nancy Kopp had to travel to receive radiation therapy for her breast cancer, she took her grandson out of school and homeschooled him between treatments.
I was told I would need 5 weeks of radiation, 2 times a day, and I'm immediately thinking, how am I going to do this? Okay, I had an entire home to get ready to leave. I had a pet. I had to find someone to come in and run water every morning and feed my cat. And my son came every evening and ran water and fed the cat. And raising my grandson, I wasn't about to leave him, so we had to make arrangements to take him to Gillette with me. And basically I homeschooled him in between radiation.
Unfortunately, Joe, Marlene, and Nancy aren't alone. In Rock Springs, hundreds of cancer patients struggle to receive the complete care they need simply because of where they live. Dr. Keith Mills, an oncologist based in Casper, is committed to reaching patients throughout Wyoming by traveling to see them. However, due to overwhelming need and inadequate facilities, he's unable to give these patients the full treatment they require.
I live in Casper, Wyoming, and there is a plane, a charter flight that flies from Casper to Rock Springs every Thursday by the generosity of the Wyoming Medical Center. The treatment for cancer patients is very complex, and it gets more complex every day as new developments occur. But the basic therapy for cancer therapy is first surgery and then other therapies, including chemotherapy and radiation. Now the surgery can be done in any hospital that has surgical facilities or surgical abilities. The chemotherapy can be done really in a hospital, outside of a hospital. But radiation is so technical, so not having radiation facility in in Rock Springs really puts a tremendous burden on the community.
In addition to the physical hardships of cancer, one of the biggest challenges facing patients is the cost of treatment. These costs are compounded when you consider the extra financial responsibilities of travel. Dr. Mills can't help all of these people alone. If we are unable to deliver patients to the care they desperately need, we must bring the care to these patients. Most of us know someone whose life has been affected by cancer. What if it was your loved one, your husband, your wife, your grandmother, your child, or your friend? Wouldn't you want them to receive the best care possible? Wouldn't you do everything in your power to make sure they get the treatment they need? And isn't it our responsibility as a community to help one another in times of need? Please, help us build a comprehensive cancer treatment center in Rock Springs to provide much-needed care and hope to cancer sufferers in our community. The treatment they need is out there. Let's bring it home.